Since childhood, there is something I always believe in, and that is to never underestimate the supernatural. I was told by parents and adults that ghosts aren't real, but I knew they were wrong. Some ghost stories sounded too real to be cast aside. I think they were served as warnings against the intangible cosmic forces that lurked in the night. Stories that were there to keep us away from danger, to keep us away from them. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was a young boy, staying at my grandparents' house for the summer. They lived in an old estate that was said to be haunted by the previous owners. Since I arrived, I have been told many stories regarding the house from the next door neighbor. They said there are ghosts chasing people away, but I thought it was just an amusing adventure to explore the house and look for evidence. One night, as I lay in bed, I heard strange noises coming from the hallway. I brushed it off as the house settling, but as the noises grew louder and more persistent, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I slowly got out of bed and made my way to the hallway, where I found two figures, a man and woman standing at the end of the corridor. At first, I thought it was my grandparents, but as the figure turned towards me, I realized it was not human. It was a ghostly figure with long, stringy hair and a rotten face. Its eyes were empty with worms crawling out, and it seemed to be staring straight through me. I was frozen with fear, unable to move or even scream. The ghost began to move towards me, its arms outstretched as if it were trying to grab me. I could feel the coldness emanating from it, and I knew I had to get out of there. I turned and ran back to my room, where I locked myself in and hid under the covers until morning. I never spoke of the encounter to anyone, but it scarred me for life. Exactly a week after, it was a silent night and I was unable to sleep. My mind wandered to the horrific night at the hallway. Eventually, I was able to close my eyes, but it was short-lived. My door burst open. I looked left and right, trying to see if there's an intruder, but I was all alone. There was no way the wind could have pushed the doors open. It was so still, I could see the leaves of the trees not moving an inch. I breathed down, not sure what to do. I decided to look forward and see if I'm missing out any details. Maybe this is a dream, or maybe I am hallucinating. Looking ahead, I started to notice a woman in dirty clothes, holding a dagger with blood all over her body. I looked closely at her and noticed she was pointing her hand at me. My whole body froze at that moment, my blood hot as lava. I didn't know what to do until she spoke. "You, all of you, you do not belong here." I was trying to pull myself up and run, but something immediately pulled me down. It felt like doom. I was beginning to sweat profusely. I tried my best to break away from this sleep paralysis. Within seconds, I fell off my bed, and the next thing I saw was my grandmother next to me. She was sprinkling holy water on my face. That was probably what got me out of the trance and freed me. The next day, we investigated the incident further. They had realized the truth about the ghostly figure. It was Mary, a servant girl murdered by Mr. Michelson, exactly 10 years ago. My family believed she came back to seek revenge and make sure her story was never forgotten, only to realize her killer no longer lives here. I wouldn't have believed this actually happened if I wasn't the one to experience it. But from that moment on, I could no longer sleep in that room alone. That experience was so vivid and real. I could not deny the existence of the paranormal. It was a terrifying encounter, but it also made me realize that there is so much we do not understand about the world around us.